now the question is JayZ involved in crazier things? And people are pointing their attention towards 50 Cent, wanting him to do a JayZ documentary.
Accusation about JayZ and Diddy and a teenager, 13-year-old teenager.
Right.
And we were speaking about just the statement.
Right.
The statement, you were saying you felt like that was calculated.
That was, yeah, that the statement is something from, you can tell it was written by a lawyer. Because there's a point where it kind of gets aggressive. He says, like, you're gonna find out, like how I'll handle this. Like, and that's an attorney want to be combative with another attorney.
Huge victory for JayZ and Diddy, actually, as a lawsuit has been dropped against them. This was a lawsuit that got a lot of headlines because you remember this was filed back in December. The accuser said she was just 13 at the time that, as she put it, Diddy and JayZ raped her at a VMA after party back in 2000. Well, that lawsuit is no more. She voluntarily filed to dismiss it today without prejudice, filed those documents in federal court, and that means without prejudice. That part means that it cannot be refiled. There was no settlement here. This was her going in and dropping the case.
New footage just dropped of JayZ at one of those so-called mysterious parties. And guess who decided to drop it online? 50 Cent. This move blew up the internet overnight, flipping the whole situation inside out. Now whispers are spreading fast that JayZ could be walking straight into some serious legal heat. Everyone already knew 50 and Jay had tension, but nobody expected this kind of fire. So what really went down? Let's tear this chaos apart. Back on December 8th, 2024, an amended civil complaint dropped, and it had JayZ's name right there in black and white, linked to a disturbing misconduct case. The accuser, listed as Jane Doe to keep her identity private.
Remember, Tony Busby was the lawyer who filed this lawsuit for the plaintiff, who filed anonymously. He is the guy who's filed dozens at this point of cases against Diddy. And JayZ had a shot for him, saying this 1-800 lawyer gets to file a suit hiding behind Jane Doe. And when they quickly realize that the money grab is going to fail, they get to walk away with no repercussions. The system has
claimed that something inappropriate happened when she was just 13 years old. According to her statement, it all went down after the MTV Video Music Awards on September 7, 2000. The case was filed under New York's Gender-Motivated Violence Protection Act, a law that briefly reopened the window for older cases to be brought forward. But JayZ's legal team came out swinging fast. They argued that the law didn't even exist yet at the time. It was passed in December 2000, after the alleged event, meaning it shouldn't apply at all. JayZ wasn't keeping quiet either. His powerhouse lawyer Alex Spiro dropped a fierce response, denying every single claim. He called the allegations heinous and baseless, even suggesting that this might be part of some kind of extortion plan. But what had fans talking wasn't just what was said, it was how it was said. It didn't sound like the usual polished legal talk. It felt raw, fiery, almost personal, like JayZ himself was talking directly to the world, standing firm and ready to defend his name with full force. And that's not all. JayZ's defense team started breaking everything down, piece by piece. Jane Doe claimed that after the alleged assault, she ran off and called her dad from a gas station, saying he drove hours to pick her up. But when investigators later spoke with her father, reports say he didn't remember anything like that happening at all.
I wasn't in the ad because of look, JayZ and them was putting it together.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they still harbor some energy towards me.
You think you were purposely left out of the ad?
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't think. I think that they were saying the NFL had some issues with me that I don't know what those issues are. Like, what is the issue? You see what I'm saying?
That twist sent social media into a frenzy, with everyone debating what's real and what's just smoke and mirrors. He straight up said that if something like that had really happened, there's no way he'd forget, not a chance. But that wasn't the only thing raising eyebrows. More holes started popping up in her story, and fast. She said the after-party happened at some private house, but pictures, reports, and official records told a different story. The real VMA after-parties that night were held at top NYC spots like Twirl and Lotus, nowhere near any hidden mansion. The timeline, the places, the details, none of it matched up, and that made the whole thing look shaky. Then another curveball hit. She claimed she chatted with Benji Madden from Good Charlotte that same night, but that part didn't check out either. His team publicly confirmed that both Madden brothers were on tour performing in the Midwest during the VMAs. They weren't even in New York at the time. That revelation threw serious doubt over her entire story, and the internet went wild with debates about what was really true. Even the plaintiff later admitted in interviews that some parts of her memory were foggy. She said too much time had passed and that trauma had affected what she remembered, but she stood by her main accusation. Then, suddenly, on February 14, 2025, everything took a dramatic turn. Her legal team filed a Notice of Voluntary Dismissal with Prejudice in Manhattan Federal Court, and that phrase means one thing: it's done for good. The case was officially closed forever. No do-overs, no appeals, no reopening it later. Her lawyers later told reporters she stepped back because she was scared of possible retaliation, but the official court paperwork didn't give any clear reason. Still, what caught everyone's attention was how it all ended. After so many inconsistencies came to light, she just dropped the whole thing.
And I, with M, because like with Nori he had communication. He said, yeah, I talked to the big homie. He was saying, told Jay, he was telling me, you know, the white boy wouldn't do the truth without 50.
I hit the homie, the big homie JayZ, right? And I told him to come pull up on me. And he pulled up on me.
No settlement, no hush money, no last-minute deal, just gone like it never happened. JayZ's camp and Rock Nation didn't waste a single second. They came forward proudly confirming that not a dime was paid, and they stood by their message loud and clear that this lawsuit never should have existed in the first place. Footage just hit the internet showing JayZ at one of those so-called mysterious parties, and guess who decided to drop it? None other than 50 Cent. This unexpected leak has everyone in a frenzy, flipping the whole story on its head. Now, rumors are flying like crazy that JayZ could be facing serious legal problems. Everyone already knew there was bad blood between 50 and Jay, but nobody expected it to explode like this. So what's the real story behind all this noise? Let's get into it. Back on December 8, 2024, an amended civil complaint dropped that sent shockwaves through the industry. JayZ's name was listed in a major misconduct case. The accuser, going by Jane Doe to keep her identity private, claimed that something inappropriate happened when she was just 13 years old. According to her statement, it all went down after the MTV Video Music Awards on September 7, 2000. The case was filed under New York's Gender-Motivated Violence Protection Act, a law that briefly reopened the window for older claims to be brought forward. But JayZ's legal team wasn't wasting time. They pushed back immediately, arguing that the law didn't even exist yet at the time. It was passed in December 2000, a few months after the alleged event, meaning it shouldn't apply at all. JayZ wasn't about to stay quiet either. His powerhouse lawyer Alex Spiro dropped a fierce response, denying every single claim. He called the allegations heinous and baseless, even suggesting that this might be part of some kind of extortion plan. But what had fans talking wasn't just what was said, it was how it was said.
He said, the white guy called for 50 Cent. So I said, who's the white guy? I'm digging this Jimmy Iovine. And he said, no, Eminem called directly for 50. And he said,
That's his guy.
He said, I can't do it if I can't bring 50 up.
But that's his guy.
It didn't sound like your usual polished legal talk. It felt raw, fiery, almost personal, like JayZ himself was talking directly to the world, standing firm and ready to defend his name with full force. And that's not all. JayZ's defense team started breaking everything down, piece by piece. Jane Doe claimed that after the alleged assault, she ran off and called her dad from a gas station, saying he drove hours to pick her up. But when investigators later spoke with her father, reports say he didn't remember anything like that happening at all. That twist sent social media into a frenzy, with everyone questioning what was real and what was just smoke and mirrors. JayZ finally broke his silence, and he didn't hold back. He said he was relieved that the nightmare was finally over, but he was still furious about everything his family had been dragged through. He made it clear that he wasn't just brushing it off like nothing happened, not a chance. He wasn't about to forget the damage this situation caused. With the case now officially closed in his favor and no criminal charges ever filed, JayZ walked away legally clean. The accusations had always been part of a civil case, and the window for any criminal action had expired years ago. Still, JayZ wasn't satisfied with just clearing his name. He wanted something bigger. He demanded accountability. He publicly called out attorney Tony Buzbee, the lawyer who filed the original lawsuit, accusing him of running what JayZ described as a straight-up shakedown operation. At that point, JayZ wasn't just defending himself anymore. He was going on offense, ready to take action against what he saw as a major injustice. In his statement, JayZ spoke with emotion and precision. He said the justice system needed to evolve, that it must protect real victims while also defending innocent people from false claims that could destroy lives and families. That powerful message hit hard, spreading all over social media and major news outlets, with people debating whether this case could change how high-profile lawsuits are handled in the future. But the most shocking part was yet to come. JayZ flipped the entire script and took them to court himself. After the original lawsuit was dismissed in February 2025, he hit back fast, filing a major counterattack against both the accuser and her lawyer, Tony Buzbee. His side claimed the entire case was a setup, a calculated move meant to pressure him into paying up. This wasn't just about clearing his name anymore. JayZ was out to make a statement, and the industry was watching every move.
Right? And I'm like, that's when I start saying crazy stuff, because I look and I go, oh, that shit big on me.
For 50, this goes beyond just rap competition. In his mind, when you start using your business position to block somebody's opportunities, that's a different.
This wasn't JayZ disappearing into the shadows. This was him stepping forward like a boss, a billionaire mogul on a mission, sending one message loud and clear to the world: don't play with his name. He made it crystal clear that anyone trying to come for him better think twice, because he's not the one to mess with. You come at the king, you best not miss. And JayZ just showed everyone what that really means. His countersuit wasn't just legal paperwork, it was a calculated power move locked in with strategy from every direction. The first major hit came in California, aimed straight at attorney Tony Buzbee, while another lawsuit landed in Alabama, targeting both Buzbee and the anonymous Jane Doe together. JayZ wasn't holding back. He was playing chess while everyone else was stuck playing checkers. The California filing, officially titled Sean Carter versus the Buzbee Law Firm et al., dropped in the Los Angeles Superior Court in November 2024, right after Buzbee sent those pre-litigation demand letters accusing JayZ of serious misconduct. But here's the twist. JayZ's camp was already gearing up for battle before that amended complaint ever hit the public. They had the evidence ready, the paperwork lined up, and they weren't about to let anyone corner them with a false narrative. JayZ's counterattack came with major heat. He accused Buzbee of extortion, defamation, and intentional infliction of emotional distress, 3 heavy charges that showed how serious this move really was. The center of the case revolved around 2 letters Buzbee sent earlier that November, one sent anonymously and the other naming the accuser. According to JayZ's legal team, both letters basically threatened to make the accusations public unless JayZ agreed to mediation and paid a massive settlement. His side said it straight. That's not negotiation, that's extortion. They called it out as an attempt to use fake claims for a cash grab and public embarrassment. And JayZ didn't stop there. The countersuit also hit Buzbee for defamation, breaking down 6 different statements he allegedly made to the press, statements that, according to JayZ's lawyers, painted him as guilty with no real evidence at all. They argued that Buzbee knew those claims were false, but spread them anyway, acting with actual malice to trash JayZ's name and reputation. This wasn't just a legal fight anymore. It was about pride, power, and proving once and for all that the truth still matters in an industry full of noise. JayZ wasn't just out here looking for an apology, he was coming for real damages. His legal team said the whole situation had cost Roc Nation over $20 million in lost deals, brand partnerships, and major collaborations, all because of the blow to his reputation. JayZ made it crystal clear, if you try to play games with his name, it's gonna come with a heavy price tag. He wasn't just fighting for justice, he wanted to make an example out of the whole thing. JayZ demanded punitive damages and even asked the court to issue an order stopping Tony Busby from making any more public statements about him. In his filings, JayZ called the lawsuit an evil conspiracy fueled by greed, saying it caused deep emotional pain to him, Beyonce, and their kids, who were all forced to watch the chaos unfold. For Jay, this wasn't about chasing money. This was about protecting his legacy and his family's peace. But Busby wasn't backing down either, not for a second. He hit back using California's anti-SLAPP motion, a legal tool designed to protect free speech and quickly dismiss lawsuits that are seen as retaliation or attempts to silence critics. His defense? He claimed that the same demand letters JayZ called extortion were actually standard legal practice and therefore protected under the law. Busby argued that everything he said publicly was either his opinion or based on what he believed was true, and he denied having any kind of malicious intent. That's when the courtroom drama turned explosive. Hearings got heated, new filings dropped fast, and shocking evidence kept popping up like plot twists in a movie. But one piece of evidence stood out above everything else. A reported recording where Jane Doe allegedly admitted that Busby pushed her to name JayZ because it could lead to a bigger payout. According to reports, she even said that JayZ himself had nothing to do with any assault. That revelation hit the courtroom like a bombshell, shifting the energy completely and making everyone question what had really been going on behind the scenes. That recording turned into the smoking gun for JayZ's side, the core of his argument that the entire case had been manipulated from the very start. It became the centerpiece of his claim that this wasn't about justice, it was all about chasing profit. His camp said the tape proved everything they'd been shouting from day one, that the lawsuit was a setup, not a search for truth. But then, on July 1st, 2025, everything flipped again. Los Angeles County Superior Court Judge Mark H. Epstein dropped a massive 65-page ruling that completely changed the game. The judge granted Busby's anti-SLAPP motion and threw out JayZ's entire countersuit. His reasoning? Under California law, sending demand letters before a lawsuit doesn't legally count as extortion. Judge Epstein even wrote, "In civil matters, selling silence for money is not extortion. It's a settlement with a confidentiality clause." That line alone had everyone talking. When it came to the defamation claims, the judge said JayZ's legal team couldn't meet the actual malice standard, the super high bar that public figures must hit to win a defamation case. The decision stunned the public and showed that even a mogul like JayZ could face an uphill climb when fighting back in court. In his breakdown, the judge explained that 4 of Tony Busby's statements were too vague to even count as defamation. They didn't directly name JayZ at all. The rest, he said, didn't prove that Busby knew he lied, which made the case legally impossible to win under current defamation laws. JayZ's lawyers fought tooth and nail, but the judge said the evidence just didn't clear that tough legal threshold for a public figure. Still, it seemed like even the judge had mixed feelings about the outcome. He hinted that things might have gone differently if that recorded conversation with Jane Doe had been admissible in court without question surrounding how it was obtained. That small detail left a lot of people wondering what the full truth might be if everything had been allowed on record. But in the end, First Amendment protections came out on top. Busby celebrated the victory instantly, calling it a win for free speech and saying he planned to go after JayZ for attorney's fees next. But JayZ's team wasn't about to walk away quietly, not a chance. They immediately announced they'd be filing an appeal, arguing that the judge had ignored key evidence that proved the case was built on false accusations from the jump. The battle wasn't over, it was just moving to a higher court, with both sides gearing up for the next round. And JayZ wasn't done yet, not even close. Back in March 2025, another major lawsuit dropped, this time in Alabama federal court, the same state where Jane Doe was originally from. This new case went straight after her, attorney Tony Busby and his co-counsel David Fort, accusing all 3 of conspiracy and extortion. According to JayZ's filing, Jane Doe had already told investigators that the accusations were completely false and that she had been pressured into naming him from the very beginning. That revelation added a whole new layer to the story, and people couldn't stop talking about it. By the end of 2025, the Alabama case was still alive and kicking. Motions to dismiss had already been filed, but no final decision had come down yet. JayZ's legal game plan was crystal clear. He wanted to keep them fighting battles on multiple fronts until they were out of energy, money, and options. His counterattack wasn't about payback. It was about protecting his legacy and proving that nobody could play with his name without consequences. These lawsuits sparked a much bigger debate in the legal world. Lawyers, analysts, and even law professors started weighing in, arguing over how far a person can legally go to defend their reputation once they've been publicly accused. It also reignited questions about anti-SLAPP laws and whether those laws sometimes end up shielding attorneys even when their tactics come under serious scrutiny. Suddenly, this wasn't just a celebrity case anymore. It turned into a full-blown courtroom chess match where power, reputation, and legal precedent were all on the line. Meanwhile, while all the legal chaos was playing out behind closed doors, 50 Cent was busy stirring things up online, and he did it like only he can. With more than 30 million followers hanging on to every post, he turned social media into his personal courtroom. He dropped memes, sarcastic jabs, and slick comments that kept his long-running feud with JayZ burning hotter than ever. Every time a new update hit the news, 50 had something to say, and the internet couldn't look away for a second. 50 Cent had the ultimate stage to say whatever he wanted about JayZ's situation, and he made sure the whole world heard him loud and clear. With millions of followers and a rep for stirring up chaos, 50 wasn't about to play nice. His posts started going viral right around December 2024, the exact same time the amended lawsuit naming JayZ dropped, and that's when things got real messy. On December 10th, 2024, 50 Cent posted a wild AI-generated deepfake video that showed JayZ being arrested in handcuffs right after walking off an award show stage. The clip was so realistic that thousands of people actually thought it was legit until fact-checkers revealed it was totally fake. And the caption, "I'm afraid for my life." Classic 50. Bold, sarcastic, and built to break the internet. Within hours, the post went viral, flooding timelines everywhere with confusion, laughter, and outrage. Then, later that same month, when JayZ pulled up to the Mufasa The Lion King premiere with Beyonce and their kids, showing a united front, 50 couldn't help himself. He dropped another jab online, posting, "Jay said, they said, it's rated R, kid. Everybody get dressed, we going to see Mufasa." That line blew up instantly. Half the internet was laughing at the joke, while the other half called it way out of pocket. But one thing was certain, 50 Cent wasn't easing up, not even a little. He was turning every JayZ headline into meme material. But here's the real truth behind the tension. This beef didn't just pop up overnight. Nah, this bad blood's been brewing for over 20 years. It all started back in 1999, when a young and hungry 50 Cent was trying to make a name for himself in the cutthroat world of hip-hop. He dropped the legendary track, "How to Rob," where he name-dropped nearly every big rapper in the game, and JayZ wasn't spared. The lyric went, "I'll rob JayZ, take his Rolex and his diamonds, tell him it's a new game, many get in line." It was classic battle rap, funny, cocky, and designed to get people talking. For 50, it was a marketing move to shake up the rap scene and prove he wasn't scared of anyone. But JayZ, he wasn't just any rapper at that time. He was already running the charts with Volume 3, Life and Times of S. Carter, and dominating the industry. And he wasn't about to let some new kid throw shots without clapping back.